So if you've not seen, there is an Encore hero upgrade. We saw the same for the icon and I must admit, I'm a big fan of it. We have got 2 SBCs to be done. It is repeatable for the next 12 days as well. Not only does it have just a normal amount of heroes, it has every single one that we want. Bar from the Galazzo, it's fair enough, like that one is brand new. I don't see them including it, but it's base, triple threat, UCL, fantasy, all above 86, which I think is pretty much most in general. There's very few that's below there. But we can repeat it, and it's 186 and 183 with a team of the week. I really don't think that's too bad value. When it comes to team of the week, it's just pretty standard. You get an 85, you chuck him in, life's good. With all of the packs, the grinds, the everything, you should be able to grind this out very, very easily. What I normally do to kind of set this one up, especially the 83 squad, is I will just go for my top commons and just grind these out through here. Normally, if you've got a lot of commons, then you've got pretty much most 80s. Then what I'll do from the top down then is I'll see 81 rated, fair enough. So I'll go untradeable because, I mean, doesn't really matter, but I like to go the untradables as much as possible. And with obviously all of the packs that we're getting, I've got an abundance of 84s. And that's just purely from promos. There's not a lot that you can do to get this amount. If you're opening promos, then you're probably in the same state, to be honest. So we'll go with 82, and then more than likely an 83 would finish. No, an 83 wouldn't finish this off. An 84 finishes off, which is perfect. So I've literally put in 4 84s, an 85, and the rest are commons. So that one's done already. If you wanted, you could do the 85 inform because they're pretty much the lowest, and then just do a whole load of 83s, put in a few commons. Life's good. That's another one done. We've actually got 4 already made up to see how good these are because I've actually not done any of them yet. I've literally just tried to grind them out, seen how well it would go. Obviously, you do get some small prime electrum and also mixed pack from it. It's a little bit extra fun. If you want to sell everything, then obviously you get some coins. If not, it's not really a big deal. Now, in terms of heroes in my club, I don't even know what heroes I've got, to be honest with you. I've got quite a few of the Galazzos, which is nice. In terms of what on earth has happened to my team? Virgil's gone, Courtois' gone. Honestly, let's start again. Let's have a look at heroes, because I know I've got Brolin. I did Smolarek as an SBC. I don't know what bases we've got. We've got base-wise. Let's get rid of these loans. I'm glad that they've done that. So Marquisio, Capdevia, and Keane I've got. Then we've got UCL. We'll go fantasy. Fantasy heroes, we've got Brolin, Smolarek. Well, Smolarek, Gulli, and Carvalho are all SBCs anyway, so we can't get any of them. We then also have... What else do we have? We have the triple threat. Have I got any? I was going to say, I don't think I've got any of them. And then we've got the UCL heroes, which are men's. We've got Villali, Future, Solskjaer, and also Jean-Arne Riise. And then women's, I do have Keebler, very nice. And I think that is it. So, to be fair, I've only got a fair few of them. All of them are obviously above 86 as well. I don't know I think we've got an 85 that you could get, but let's have a look and see what we can get, and then obviously we will show you the kind of grinding methods, the best way to grind this out. So 86 hero encore. My first one is triple threat, English right wing, Joe Cole. Okay, I mean, I'll take that. Is that the best? That is the best version of him so far. Quick step 87, 88, as long as it's not a duplicate, that's even better. These are coming in at, that's what I do want to know, because that will depend on, like I was say, I can imagine that the value of them is going to be crazy low. So these are coming in at 94,000, which is going to be very difficult to actually get something back unless you get a big boy. You're going to have to get, obviously, through quite a few. Next one's going to be UCL, or is that fantasy? Oh, is that Mascherano? Is that fantasy? It's got to be fantasy. It's more blue, isn't it? We take a Mascherano. That's not bad. 91? Pretty sure he's about 200k, so technically he's paid for it. Oh, okay, he's dropped value and he's about right though. He's about right. 91 I'll take, even for fodder choices. So we've got, can we get the whole set? We've got another fantasy, German, striker, Valer. I mean, I'll tell you, I liked Valer. I don't think he's going to be much in cost, but I did like him in terms of that. Obviously, everybody wants to see a Ramirez, but... 50k. I mean, 90 rated, I'd take it. For the grind that you can get, getting a Yaya Ramirez is going to be perfect. It's going to be... Oh, that's different. This is going to be a UCL, and that's John Onorisa, isn't it? Ah, we only got one duplicate. I mean, that's not terrible. The value-wise, it's going to be difficult to get anything. But if your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable. But make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. This could just grind back round. That's kind of the best thing about it, is literally every one that you get duplicate are in a rating state where you could just grind it back round. So if I wanted to go do the 86, I could start him off there and kind of grind from there. But the way that I'd kind of just completely keep doing this, for instance, someone like John Onorisa, if I've done that many already, I'd just whack into the 87 pick, or the 87 pack, in fact, to get more player picks to be able to grind this out more. Now, obviously, you could just go and open promo packs, and that's going to be the quick way if you wanted to do this. It's not necessarily the worst way in the world, but I would much rather try and get it done for free. The exchange is going to be your best friend. I would say if you are sitting here now and you're thinking, okay, well, I've got no golds, I can't do player picks, can't do triple upgrades, I would go buy a couple of 89s. You can get them at the lowest, and I believe it's Enzo still, Francescoli, for the, the base version of him. For Vigo Enzo, you can get him for about 22,000, I believe it was just a second ago. 22.5. Yeah, so you can get him literally 22.5 to 21.5, give or take, for an 89. What that does is that gives you straight away 51 picks. It is, or 51 players, sorry. That does obviously potentially give you a chance of another walkout in that pack. It's not always guaranteed, but it's a chance. But then also from that, you then get more picks. I think I worked it out. If you was to do 4 89s, so for instance 4 Enzos, because you can do the same player, that would be around about 85-ish K, 85 to 88K, give or take. That would give you 25.5 picks from the 81 player pick, let alone any players that you do get from that 208, was it 204 players from the 51 packs, so 4 of them. Then you obviously have the 25 picks, which potentially would give you more exchanges if you're getting duplicate walkouts. If you just get another 89, you could put them straight back in to grind out more picks and keep it going round, which is going to give you the chance of a Galazzo icon, a Galazzo hero, and then obviously from there, you could then go into the 86 Encore hero. It's the way I'd do the 100 pack, it's the way I'd do the icon, what is it? I don't even know what the icon one's called. The icon, Encore icon as well. In fact, you can go do it that way. The 83 times 10s are coming back in 4 minutes. 85 player picks today. That's kind of the whole way to grind it all out. But I think in terms of getting these heroes, there is some decent ones. It's not just the kind of low end of this. There is most definitely a lot of top end ones. And you just keep on rinsing and repeating. Team of the week's maybe the issue, but you can go do the team of the week pick. That is going to be quite easy to do. Now, in terms of what players you're kind of looking out for, if you're going for the concept players, UCL wise, we're looking more towards a Schneider would be not a bad shout. Tevez, Abide Pele, Company's always a shout. Don't know if his future worth anything actually. I mean, he's worth more than the value. That's quite nice. Lizarazu's decent. Then we go a bit further down. I'd probably say Ramirez is always a shout no matter what. When it comes to the women, Keebler, I like Bompastor. Scott, I prefer more in the SBC. Keebler isn't awful, but I do think the fantasy is where it's at for that one. Triple threat, you've obviously got a Yaya. That's going to be always the best shout you can go for. Let's go into all because I actually don't know. Sometimes they don't call them the same. So triple threat, Janola's obviously the shout there. Forlamer's an SBC. Yaya's going to be a good one. Probably say that's it for them. Then we've obviously got the fantasy somewhere. Where on earth are the fantasy? Fantasy heroes. You are obviously looking, to be honest, other than Mascherano's near the value. Rui Costa's going to be lower. McManaman might be about the value. I mean, he's a little bit higher than the value. That's quite nice. Keebler, that's another great one. I think fantasy, and you should be nearly in the money. Like, you've obviously got a few that you could get, like Valles and Brolin's definitely going to be in the lower side now. Marquisio is going to be a shout and a half, obviously. Then Ramirez is brilliant in himself. We've obviously got Futra, and I think that's it. So if you get fantasy, if you get Valer, Brolin, what was Keebler? Was she was way over the value, wasn't she? Yeah, she's over the value. That's nice. So Brolin, Valer, and is that about it? Rui Costa. Yeah, Roy Costa, and that's it. Everybody else is worth the value. In terms of base, that might be where it becomes a little bit tricky because Janola's about 250, 200, I want to say. So he's over the value. Lucio should be over the value still. He is... I don't see any of the other bases. Maybe Company could be. JJ, I doubt it. As I say, most of them really... Oh, Abile could be. No, that's what I mean. So it's going to be Lucio, Yaya... I don't even see that Tevez being over. Yeah, I was going to say, literally them. Di Natale, because he's had no other cards. Still, nothing. So how much is... Let me just check. How much is a... Where's Yaya gone? Because we know Lucio and also Fingy's above. Companies coming in even at the value, give or take. Then Yaya is going to come in 87 rated. Even he's there. So literally you're looking at absolute pence more than the value in the base. So you are looking for away from that, which you obviously can't control either. But in terms of grinding it round, exchange, player picks, triple upgrades, back in around, go in for the 86s. It's an easy grind because they are so far apart. We can use 85s, 86 and 87s, 84, 83, 82s. We could even go as far to say as commons because we are going to use a minimum of an 85 team of the week as well. It is just a simple grind round. You can obviously use this method for any of the upgrades as well. It's not just the heroes, but the fact that the hero pick or the hero pack is completely repeatable. The only thing I would really like is for it to be a pick as well. If it's an Encore player pick, that could absolutely go to the moon. Let me know down below though how many you've done and what is the best card you've managed to get. Have you got yourself a Ramirez fantasy yet, or are you still waiting for that big pull? Let me know down below and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace.